This is my second video for today. Okay, I want to talk today about thick hair and thin hair. What's best for thick hair and what's, thick and thin hair. My hair sort of looks thick, but it's not as thick as it looks because it's in its natural state, of course. But I was having a conversation with someone today whose hair is not really thick. It's natural, but it's not really thick, and she sort of has a loose kind of curl pattern. I don't know what hair type that is: 4A, 4-7, B8, 9, 11, 45, 32, 20. I don't know what number that is or hair type she has, but the thing is that I realize is that when your hair, and this is for if your hair is relaxed or natural, when you are wearing your hair in any style, when your hair is thin, it's always best for you to wear your hair in a layered cut. A layered cut usually brings out the thickness. It gives your hair the illusion of being thicker. So if your hair is like really long, like let's say your hair is really long and it's all one length, like let's say you cut it all to just one length, right? And you have no layers. It might look cute. However, if you take that hair out and clip it up like this, and clip it up like this, and clip it up like that, you'll let it fall. When it falls, you'll see that it'll be a lot thicker. A lot thicker. So when your hair is thin like that, you have to give the illusion that it has some thickness to it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's hair just ain't gonna be thick. It just ain't gonna be thick. So you gotta work with what you got. Don't let nobody make you feel bad if your hair is thin, okay? When your hair is thin, also be careful of the products that you use. The products that you use can really make a difference in how your hair comes out. You always need to use products that are light and lightweight. You don't want to use leave-in conditioners that weigh your hair down. You don't want to use real creamy stuff because that stuff weighs your hair down. You want to use something light. You would probably be geared more towards like leave-in conditioners that are really water, like sort of water-based, like Infusion 23, which is an excellent leave-in conditioner. Anything that you can spray that's a good leave-in conditioner, or detangler, mane and tail, things like that are really good and better for your hair if it's thin, because you don't want to weigh it down. If you weigh it down, you're not going to look like you have any hair on your head. Don't you want to look like you got some hair on your head? You want to look like you got some hair on your head, don't you? Don't you? Don't you? You got to have some hair on your head. So that's my advice to you if your hair is thin. Be careful of that. Also, now if your hair is thick, almost anything goes, but you can't do everything with your hair when it's thick. A lot of times, you find people with all of this hair, this big old thick hair, trying to do these cutesy tootsy little hairstyles, and baby, you just got too much hair. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You got too much hair for that. It's too much. It's too much. When your hair is thick, you govern yourself accordingly. However, you do have a little bit more versatility when your hair is thick, because you can pretty much do anything you want to it. So for those of you who have really thick hair, God bless you. It's a blessing. But for those who have thin hair, whose hair is not quite as thick, you got to learn how to be creative. Work what you got. You work what you got. You might not be tall. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going to be 6'1".
You are 6'1".
In my spirit, I am 6'1". But in my physical body, I am 5'1½". And I'm going to work with that. I'm working with it. I'm working with it. So you work with what you got. Your hair is not real thick, and if it's not real long, everybody is not meant to have long hair. I'm telling you that right now. Let me talk about that. Everyone is not meant to have long hair. Your hair is not meant to be long, everybody. It can be longer, but it's not meant to be long. Not everybody can have hair down their butt. It's just not going to happen. Biologically, it can't happen. You can pray for hair. I'm sure God will give you some. But let's be realistic, okay? Come on. Let's be realistic. Some people's hair grows down. Some people's hair just grow out. I know people whose hair just grows this way. It doesn't grow this way. Just weird. I don't know. But that's how it happens. So for all of my people, could you shut up?
I'm sorry.
So for all of you who have thin hair, be creative, work with it. There are some things that you just can't do, that you probably shouldn't do. If your hair is thin, trust me, there's a way around it. There's a way to work it. If your hair is thick, God bless you. That's a good thing. So to all of you who have the thin hair, it's okay. Well, if you have thick hair, that's okay too. But we all in this together. We're all in this together. That's what I'm trying to So I just want to encourage you in that way. All hope is not lost. If you got hair, you got hope. If you ain't got hair, you still got hope, because Jesus is on the throne. Amen. Jesus is on the throne, whether you got hair or not. All right? He knows. He understands. He's the king of hair, king of everything. So don't you worry about it, okay? Love you to life. Don't have to know you to love you, but I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. All right? I love you much. And be blessed. Keep it moving forward. Mwah.